Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. In this video today we will talk about the age of Aisha. Now as you see, Muslims, they are posting, they find Mr. James White as a priceless person to use his words for their propaganda, and for sure I understand why. However, for us, I'm not making those videos to put Mr. James White down. Obviously this guy, he have his own funny way of education, and what I believe, he's stubborn to listen. He became so proud to say I want to learn, when the fact all of us, we learn every day, and no shame if I make a mistake and I say I made a mistake. So we will listen to him about the age of Aisha, and we will correct him regarding what he said. But my advice before we play the video of Mr. James White, there is people who they are maybe famous, maybe very well known, and they are in the stage, maybe they, every day, they are teaching everywhere, but that does not mean really they are knowledgeable. Remember, James White, he is a person who is just learning from what he learned from English. What I want to say, he is a person who speaks English only, and that make him limited to what is written in English to learn. I believe he is a kind of a liberal person who have his own way to present things in a liberal way, which for me, I see it a very naive, stupid one. Those people who keep talking about be open-minded, which mean be stupid fool. So I don't know. I see James White have a problem, and I advise Christians not to listen to him when it's come to Islam. You want to listen to him when it comes to the Bible, this is your business. But ask yourself a question: if somebody debated Muslims about the Bible, does that make him a scholar in Islam? This guy, he know nothing about Islam. And this is one more video from many videos I made about this guy, showing that he know nothing about Islam. Let us play his video. This is a Christian asking him about the age of Aisha, etc. Let us see what James White will say.
It's a good last question. Have you ever, what would you advise Christians not to say to Muslims? Just a bad argument or something like that?
The main thing that I would strongly recommend you do not start the conversation out is talking about Aisha. If you don't know who Aisha was Muhammad's child bride. The marriage was contracted at age 6 and consummated at age 9. All of the sources agree on that. There's one possible source in Bukhari that says age 10. But Muhammad would be about 54 years of age at that time. And we all go, oh, and there's websites out there you can get. Neither the Quran nor any of the original material, the early materials relevant to Islam at that time show any embarrassment with that at all. It was that commonplace. What there is evidence of.
All right. So this is what Muslims, they use from all this video, that it was a commonplace. There's nobody showing embarrassment, so it must be a commonplace. You see, this is why I say some people, when they say words, they are very dangerous, because they mislead you and they deceive you. If I ask Mr. James White, do you mean really that it was very common at that time and this is why there's no embarrassment, or the Muslims don't show embarrassment? He just mentioned it and he let it go. I wish someone of you will ask him. Maybe he can elaborate on that, because as you see, the Muslims, they are using his words to deceive the Christians. Now, I would assume that this is what he meant, that at that time it was a common thing to happen and it was not a problem. When somebody speak about what is common, what is not, in order to know, you have to be a person who know the culture. James White, he never been born there. He is not from the Middle East. He don't speak Arabic. He do not know our culture. He never been part of it. And he is a person who until now wear a papillon, or let us say a butterfly tie. which means he is far away from everything we have. All right, this person is living a fantasy, and like Dinky Shoot, you know, he's fighting in the air, and he think he is the knight who knows everything. I want the Christians to listen carefully. I'm not putting him down, but when it's come to Islam, this guy is zero. And my like what I'm making me wonder, why the Christians even asking James White, like, is he a person who have like extreme knowledge? Do he have degrees in Islam? Did this person even speak Arabic? Did he serve in the Middle East as a missionary? I don't know why we are looking for knowledge from someone like him. Now, just to show you that this guy, he know nothing. This is a very Islamic website, and actually I posted in the info of the podcast in Google the link, and you can copy this Arabic text to Google translation. I could not find, sorry, I could not find the thing in English. However, here we go. The number is in front of you. The site is there, and you can translate for everybody. And those who speak Arabic do not need to translate for sure. And you will see here that we have a hadith here about Aisha. And this hadith is simply stating that Aisha, she was allowed to play with her toys, or even to go out and play with kids, because until she reached the age of having her period. And according to all Islamic scholars, and this is one of them, and actually all of them, they agree that Aisha reached the age of having her period when she was 15 years old. All right. I'm going to copy as it is. All right, and we will see the translation, and you can read with me. Even like Google translation is not really much accurate, but is going to be you know, enough for us to get the idea. In this page, by the way, they are showing many reference. All right, so actually here in the top, okay, let me translate this one first. Just in the front of your eyes. All right, if his 15 years has entered puberty, as evidenced by the interview, like by the scholar Omar, may Allah, etc., 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 Prophet, peace upon him, on Saturday, I was 14 years, etc., etc., and the story. Anyway, just to make it simple, that when Muhammad, he came to her, when she was, at that time she was 14, she was still playing with Barbies and toys, and they are saying she was allowed to that because she reached the property age when she is 15. After that, he ordered her to throw them all in the garbage, because now she became a woman. So even in Islamic sources, they are saying clearly that the age of a female to be considered a woman is 15 years as an adult. You see it with me? All right, 15 years. Because she don't have her period yet, she was allowed to play with toys and Barbies. So when James White, he says to us it was a common place or common thing to happen at that time, this is a very, very funny fabrication. When you say that the Prophet of Islam and the Muslims agree, all of them with no question, that she was allowed to play with toys until the age of 14 or 15, at least 14, all right, as we see in the front of us. That means she was considered really as a child. even in that society at that time. Why she is allowed to play with the toys? Because she was 14. All right. So he did not prevent her from playing with the toys because she is still a kid. And this is according to what? Obviously, it's according to the culture of the Arab at that time. You can copy the question from the top if you want. Here we go. This is the question. And we can go to the Google translation. We take this off. I want to know what is the basis to play with pictures or whatever, Barbies, principle for adult. In explaining this talk, actually this is not accurate translation. Anyway, in the book of Fath al-Bari of Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari, there's a book, it's called Fath al-Bari, which is explaining of Sahih al-Bukhari. It says the hadith, I was playing with the girls with the Prophet, etc., 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 and you know, and that happened to me during the Battle of Khaybar when I was 14 years old. Right? So she was 14 years old, and then the story continued that she didn't have her period at that time, and this is why she was allowed to do the play with those Barbies. So the question is, are we allowed, should we allowed children's, like a child he marry, and they can still play with toys and Barbies and images, etc., between the age of 7 to 15? Because the Imam of Ibn Hajar, he said the property of Aisha was 15 years old. According to the age of Aisha. So this is the way we decide when the women, they stop playing with toys. So obviously this is the culture of the Arab at that time, that when a girl, she reach to the property age, when she have her period, then she is considered an adult. And I'm showing it to you in front of your eyes. Before the age of 14 or 15, I'm just taking the 14 just to help the Muslims in their side, to be in their side. And here it says 15, as I see in the front of your eyes. So Aisha, she was 14 years old, still she was allowed to play with the toys because simply she was not considered as mature, as an adult, for very simple reason, she was not really having her period yet. And when she have her period, then she was allowed to play with the toys. So when Mr. James White, he said to us that it was a commonplace at that time, this is nothing but his own imagination, fabrication, and not true. That's really
was contracted at age 6 and consummated at age 9. All of the sources agree on that. There's one possible source in Bukhari that says age 10. But Muhammad would be about 54 years of age at that time. And we all go, oh, and there's websites out there you can get. Neither the Quran nor any of the original material, the early materials relevant to Islam at that time, show any embarrassment with that at all. It was that commonplace.
It was that commonplace. You see how dangerous what he's saying? If they don't show embarrassment, like when you know how smart this man is, do you think the Muslims will show embarrassment about what their prophet do? Like, are you crazy? This is a man, they die for him. This is a man, if you insult him, they chop your head. This is a man, they will do anything to defend him. And then you are saying to me, neither the Quran, neither the Hadith, neither nobody, he showed any embarrassment for what Muhammad did. Are you out of your mind? Seriously, are you out of your mind? Are you expecting the Muslim to show embarrassment? So it's very funny, very stupid, very naive to judge by the embarrassment of Muslims. Well, Muslims have no embarrassment to rape your wife too. And Muslims have no embarrassment to steal your money. And Muslims have no embarrassment to call you a kafir and to call the Christian and Jews pigs and monkeys. And Muslims have no embarrassment to say that we no go zone in Mecca. Muslims have no problem to say that you are an infidel. They have no embarrassment to say, Muhammad, you know, he said, I was the most weak person until my God, I invoked my God and he got me a dish of shish kebab and I got the power of 40 men. So when you talk about no embarrassment, the list is long and big, but is that mean really that Muhammad have no embarrassing behavior? Just because the Muslim did not show any embarrassment? That's a madness. So we judge now the morality by the embarrassment of Muslims for Muhammad. Those are the followers. They will never be embarrassed by his behavior. Otherwise, they will not follow him. If what he do is bad and disgusting for them, they will not say he is our prophet. So isn't it foolish? Isn't it stupid? It's naive to say such a thing that Muslims did not show embarrassment, so it was a commonplace. That's madness. As we just showed you from the Islamic sources, and by the way, it is in the info of this video. Click at the link, you can go and download, and you can translate by your own. All right, so you can get the reference. All the hadith about this issue that Aisha, she was 14 years old when first time she had her period, is there. And this is why she was allowed to play with toys. Why she was allowed to play with toys? Because she didn't have her period yet until she became 15. So the age of adult, according to the source I'm showing you, and this is Islamic scholars, those are the top Islamic Wahhabi Salafi scholars. Those are not the one to play with. They are saying it clearly that in Islam, yes, we consider a woman as an adult when she reached the age of period, which is 15. For Aisha, she did not reach that age, and she was playing still with toys until the attack of Khaybar. When attack of Khaybar happened, still Aisha, she was playing with toys. And they say the excuse for that, she was allowed to do this because she was not having her period. She is not considered as an adult. So the Muslims agree that to be an adult, you have to have a period. Well, she was 6 years old, and the source says clearly that she did not have her period until she is 15 years old. So when we get someone like this man, he said to us that it was a commonplace. It's a madness. It's a very, very deceiving. It's a shameful, actually. You know, when somebody in love with somebody, and you tell me that this person, he don't show embarrassment about what this person do, is that because there's no shame in what he do? Like those who follow Hitler, they were in love in Hitler, and until now they defend him. Does that mean what he did, it was not shameful? What's wrong with this mentality? It's very stupid, very naive, very disgusting, out of even the logic. This guy, he have a PhD, he should speak logic. The logic is, what I do is shameful regardless if my followers condemn it or not, because simply they are my followers anyway. Are you going to judge what is shameful, what is not, by the followers of this person? They love him, they die for him. They see him the most handsome man, even if you look like a monkey. Are you going to judge my behavior based on how my mom she see me? Well, my mom, she see me the most handsome man ever in the history. I am the best, but doesn't mean I am. So it's a very naive, very stupid, far away from reality, and he is putting his poison. You know what I see James White he do? He tried to play the game that I know, listen to me, you are stupid, you are no one, don't use your brain, just do step 1, step 2, step 3, as I say. He tried to present himself that he is the one who knows and everyone else don't know, and don't ever speak to a Muslim by speaking about Aisha. Why? Because he says, well, this was commonplace at that time. Let us hear again and laugh. And this is why the Muslims are quoting his videos.
Just a last question. Have you ever, well, what would you advise Christians not to say to Muslims? Just a bad argument or something like that?
The main thing that I would strongly recommend you do not start the conversation out is talking about Aisha. If you don't know who Aisha was Muhammad's child bride. The marriage was contracted at age 6 and consummated at age 9. All of the sources agree on that. There's one possible source in Bukhari that says age 10. But Muhammad would be about 54 years of age at that time. And we all go, oh, and there's websites out there you can get. Neither the Quran nor any of the original material, the early materials relevant to Islam at that time show any embarrassment with that at all. It was that commonplace. What is...
See the false fiction he is presenting to you? It was that commonplace. This is very, very disgusting. No, it was not very commonplace, and nobody married children because simply the logic of marrying is to have a family. The logic of marrying is you bring someone to your house. She is a woman. She can take care of you, not a child. You need to take care of her. Someone, she can provide you with what women can provide: care, cooking, laundry. I'm talking about the old days. This is the only job they have. She is a house wife who her job is the house and the husband. Same time, you can have sex with her and she give you kids. So marrying a child, it is logical. It was commonplace according to who, Mr. James White? I bring a little child to my house and she is my wife to do what with her? She cannot cook. She cannot clean. She can't even dress herself. I have to feed her. So what is the only joy I have there? And you are saying to me, well, this was a comment to happen based on who? In your own logic, in your own science? When the Muslim scholars says the age of adult in Islam is 15 years old, as we showed you, and Aisha, she never had her period until she was 15. This is why she was playing and with her toys until she is finished with the 14 years. She was allowed to play with the toys, which means she was considered as a child. And actually they are saying that clearly. They are saying she was not an adult yet, so the Prophet, he did not forbid her from playing with her toys. When she have her period, and this was after the attack of Tabuk, of Khaybar, sorry, then she was able to play. So you know, there is many stories actually in front of me about the attack of Tabuk, the attack of Khaybar, etc. And they are calculating the age of Aisha, and all of them, they come with the conclusion and agree that Aisha, she was not having her period until the age, or until the last, maybe the end of the age of 14 years old, which means she was 15. And not only this, they come with the conclusion that in Islam, a person will not be considered, or a woman will not be considered a mature or adult until she have the period, and which is usually can be 15 years old. All right. And here they are quoting you, like during the attack of Tabuk, that she was still playing with her toys. And this is what the question about, you know. And this is, by the way, Sahih Hadith. This is Sahih Hadith. The question is, why she was allowed to play with her toys at that time? Why she is still playing with toys when she is 14 years old? The answer is because she don't have her period yet, she was allowed to play. All right? Because she don't have her period. So when she was 14, she is considered, even according to that culture which James White is talking about, she was considered as a child, even at the age of 14, because obviously the culture at that time, that as long you don't have your period, you are okay to play with toys, for you are a child. So when James White, he come with this conclusion, he based it in what? Nobody knows. And I advise you, by the way, you can translate the whole page, all of it. Sadly, I could not find anything in English, you know. And this is why I say to you, don't learn Islam from those who do not speak Arabic. Their their sources is limited. Like this guy, if you want to learn about Islam, what he will read? The book of Robert Spencer? Where, how you will learn about Islam? You tell me. From who? From book of Shabir Ali? Or the translation of Sahih al-Bukhari, which absolutely false? Like yesterday, we were reading the hadith where the hadith is speaking about a breastfeeding for adult. The hadith title is breastfeeding for adult. When they translate, they say that Aisha, she ordered her sister to give everyone when to enter to her a drink of milk. What a drink of milk? It's about breastfeeding. So the false translation to protect and to cover the shame of their prophet wife ordering her sister to give her breast to a stranger so he can get, and they change the breastfeeding to give a drink. There's a huge difference between breastfeeding and give a drink. And what do you mean give a drink? She's a cow? The sister of Aisha, she's a cow, and she have a faucet of milk. Like she didn't have a nipples, she have a faucet there. She opened the faucet and milk come and she put it in a cup and she give it to you. So simply, if you base your knowledge in the Muslim translation, you are fooling yourself. Muslims will never, ever, ever give you an accurate, true, or truthful translation. For they are the people of deception. So I advise the Christians, if you want to really learn about Islam, don't listen to those people. Those people, they are the last one to teach you anything. It's a shame. And I invite you, actually, if you are interested, you can contact me. If you want to invite me to your church, I will go in person, not in Skype. I'm willing to go in person to do real teaching in your church. Stop inviting those naive people who have no idea what they are talking about. It looked like I have to step in the stage to do it. Those people are really making me upset. Very disgusting behavior, and it is very deceiving too. And not only this, he says to you, don't talk about Aisha if you want to talk about Islam with Muslims. Why not? Why not? Aren't we trying to prove that Muhammad was a false man? Why you don't want the Christians to speak about Aisha? Oh, it was a comment at that time. Here we go. He is giving them a hand. He is protecting the Islam. He is giving them a hand to make it look like it is not really shameful behavior. When it is. Even in the Islamic culture, as we showed you, only the girl considered an adult when she have her period. And according in the case of Aisha specifically, she didn't have her period until she became almost 15. So for God's sake, stop inviting those people and don't ask them about Islam. They are the last one to know. And they are deceiving you. How someone have a PhD in the Bible, suddenly he became a scholar in Islam? How? Because he debated a guy like Osama Abdullah, an idiot, who do not even have a high school from Islamic school. Someone have a degree in engineering, he debate him about Islam. Or Shabir Ali, the one who do not know how to read the Quran, just because he have a PhD, he cannot even read his own book. So we have to be careful, otherwise those people really, they can cause a lot of deception. And seriously, they make me sick. And again, if any of you is interested to invite me to your church, speak to your minister. I know that ministers of churches, they don't like to speak about those topics. For most of them, they are fake and they are businessmen who just want to have a social club. The problem in our churches today, we don't have real people who wanna, I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying many of them, it became a social club. How a Christian he can answer a Muslim? Nobody teach him. Then they bring someone like James White, who have no idea what he's talking about. Now they bring James White. This is the lucky church, let us say, because usually they don't even allow the topic to be there. Speak to your minister. Ask him, don't you think we should educate the Christians about Islam so nobody can fool us and fool our children? Shouldn't we? Are we going to bury our head in the sand and say the danger is not there? Muslims are all around you in schools. They are very organized, very well organized. And a Muslim child, he is very well trained to attack you, because this is what they do. All Islam is based in attacking Christianity, all of Islam. So since he is 5 years old, he is trained to attack you. Now, you're a child, ask him about Islam, he have no idea. Not only your child, your adult have no idea. So how you can, what kind of situation we have? We have one-sided debate. A Muslim who knows how to attack you, a Christian who knows nothing how to answer you or to answer him. And this is because we have people who do not know, and churches who do not want to teach, do not want to answer, and do not want to put in the stage of problems people they are facing in their life. They go to the church, they pray to God, they sing a song for the glory of the Lord. Oh, this is beautiful. But this is not Christianity, by the way. This is not Christianity. You see, Jesus, when he's, when he stands between people, he teach. He said, go and teach and preach and make disciples. Jesus was the first apologetic who debate. He used to debate always. Not even one single time he speaks, he is not debating. So the real Christian is the one who learned how to debate, not the one who know the Bible. Because knowing the Bible but you do not know how to answer a debate, it means you know nothing yet. It means you are weak. It means you don't understand the Bible. Because in order to answer, you have to learn how to answer, how to put the information together, how to take the challenge, how to return it back. We have a religion is based on attacking us. How we can answer this religion? By waving our hand to Jesus or by learning about it. I make videos. I have my videos, all of them for free. You want to get things with reference in your hand, get my books, The Deception of Allah, Quran and Science in Depth, and more books is coming. But don't take your knowledge from someone like James White. Because obviously this guy, he is giving a hand for Islam. This is why the Muslims are quoting his video. Don't you see? Now, for sure, the Muslims, they will take my video too, because I'm attacking James White, supposedly, right? But they cannot use my statement to protect Islam. They cannot use my statement to defend Islam. And this is the important for me. So we have to be careful. Not everyone say to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father. And not everyone says, I have PhD, it means he is a scholar. Someone have PhD in the Bible, he became a scholar in Islam. That's amazing. Have you ever heard of someone, he have a PhD in engineering, he became a scholar in heart surgery? What does this have to do with this? So please help us to spread the truth and the knowledge. And as I said, I am willing to go to your church, even if it's overseas. I've been all over. It's a shame that people inviting me far away in the far east of Asia, and those American and Canadian, nobody's inviting. I'm willing to go to your church in a present, not in a Skype, not online. Now, if you want to do it online, that's a very convenience for me. And by the way, it's for free. I don't charge people for what I do. Those people, when they go to church, they get a couple of thousands to speak. It's not for free. Everything I do is for free. For the Lord, he said, for free you took, for free you give. What more I can do, I have no idea. So please help us to spread the truth and to stop the deception. And sadly, deception is these days is coming from those who call themselves Christians, not only from Muslims. God bless you. And this video is over for today. please feel free to spread around and to share it. Thank you.